welcome into the first leg of our final triple header from the World Cup. Final set of group games coming today. And we got Croatia and Ghana here from Philadelphia. Two teams batting it out to try and make it into the top two in the group. It's a very, very tight group here in Group L. Obviously, Panama are out, but England 4 points, Ghana on 4 points in the top two, but Croatia with 3 just on the brink here. And with quality players like Luka Modric in the side, they will be pushing for that final position in the top two. Point for both sides is enough for both. If Croatia failed to win, though, it sets up a very, very awkward situation in terms of the best third place finishers. But we'll get into that as the game goes on. For Croatia, Livakovic in goal, Stanisic, Sutalo, Bongranic, and Perisic at the back. So no Josko Vardio, no Seletasar, no Vuskovic in that back line. Kovacic and Modric, of course, are in midfield. Baturina on the left, Susic down the middle, Vlasic on the right. And it's Ante Budimir up top after a fantastic season in La Liga. Last time out for Zako Dalic's side. Across the way, Carlos Queiroz starts with Asare in goal, Senea, Mensah, Ajete and Lacazette at the back, making his debut at this tournament. Thomas Partey, Owusu and Sibo in midfield, with Jordan Ayew in the line, Sulemana on the right, and Antoine Semenyo on the left. Option of the bench, Luka Susic, Mario Pasalic, Andrej Kamovic, and Petar Musa for Croatia. And for Ghana, Yerenki goes to the bench there. Christopher Barr still remains on the bench. Inaki Williams is there. Thomas Asante. All options as rotational pieces. Ghana have done enough, no matter what happens here today, to make it through. But would love a win or a draw to remain second in this group and get that slightly easier round of 32 position. And if we talk about Croatia, currently 7th out of the top 8 that are going through. The best third place qualifiers. Obviously a win, they go and finish in second. A draw will be enough for them to qualify through as one of the best third place sides. But if they lose, it hands Iran a spot in the knockout stages. Not too far away from that drop zone. So Algeria, I've got to play later on. We're watching them play Austria. Scotland are out. Uruguay are out. The DR Congo, a chance to win and climb all the way up into 5th out of those top 8 finishes. So a very, very important game, which Iran will be watching very, very closely, this one here. Pressure on Croatia to deliver. We're ready to go here in Philadelphia. So this could be Luka Modric's last World Cup game if Croatia aren't careful. This is the most important final hurdle for them, Croatia. They've done their job versus Panama. They have Ghana now. And we are underway here in Philadelphia. The final game here for what has been a tightly contested group. Ghana are already through with that point versus England being enough for them. 2 really gritty results for them. The 1-0 win in stoppage time match day 1 and a 0-0 versus England in match day 2. Can we see what they can do on the front foot in this game here? Or will it be another case of trying to keep Croatia at bay? And for Croatia in Philadelphia, it's all about showing that their attacking play is much better than what we've seen so far. They've also found it difficult. A 4-2 loss versus England in the first game. They totally got outrun there. And then that recent 1-0 victory versus Panama as well. Far from convincing for this side. There's so much talent aging talent as well. Luka Modric, Mateo Kovacic in midfield is a combination we've seen now for a couple of major tournaments. But some new faces coming along for the journey in this tournament here. Here they come on the right-hand side here. Stanisic. Big rotation this one. No Josko Vardio. And Luka Vuskovic. The failing of Zlatar to really appear in this tournament as well, which I was pretty surprised with. Thought they'll go with Zlatar from the beginning here. Modric. Pataruna not on the same wavelength as the Milan man. A point is all that Croatia need today to get through. Ghana already through. So it could get a case of the game being a little bit cagey, like we saw yesterday between Iran and Egypt, where the start was hectic, but after that point in time, both happy to sort of pick up that point. Long from Thomas Partey, and Ghana can get out here. They saw it as England, they were very compact and would spring the odd press here or there just to keep England on their toes, but it was a very, very low block against the English side. See that line be a little bit higher today, but it's how compact they are from front to back. There's not much spaces centrally. So Luka Modric alongside Mateo Kovacic have to work very, very hard to find the ball, to find space and to operate into. Here is Sutalo. Crossfield pass behind Ivan Perisic, so it'll be a throw for Ghana on the far side. They'd obviously love to finish the top two positions. That they also probably don't want to draw this one either. Lose this one either. So a draw for both would be a massive result. It'd be what both would need. But again, I can't see a nation like Croatia just lying down and accepting a draw. They'll want to finish top two in this group. Not be outplayed by this Ghanaian side. Thomas Partey on the football. Ghana getting the whistles here. They just play from side to side. And a foul there. Going to the back of Susic. Inter Milan man has had a mixed bag in the tournament so far. Just a careless challenge there by Sulemena of Atalanta. Luka Modric now. Obviously, a lot of the stories we've written about him. Final World Cup tournament for him, 40 years of age, 200 international appearances. He scored nearly full in the way of Ante Budimir. He's coming off a very, very impressive campaign in La Liga. Pushed Murici all the way for the Golden Boot this season. 19 goals for his side, Osasuna, in La Liga. Mbappe up there alongside Budimir. And the relegated Murici. Oh, great challenge. And how to win the ball back there. Get back to the goalkeeper, Stanisic, to Livakovic. And Jordan I just provided enough pressure, and Livakovic was forced to put that out of play. There's early signs there of how Ghana are able to spring that press and keep this Croatian side penned in enough. They work it here from the right-hand side across. Lacazette. To Thomas Partey, who continues to just drop in and sit in between the two centre halves at a level of insurance. There's Kovacic coming out and forcing Ghana back. Sade in goal. We made some important saves versus England. But it was that rear guard, defensive rear guard of Ghana that kept them at bay. Mensah across to Thomas Partey. There's Mepahanta Budimir. He's trying his best pressing work up the pitch here. Antoine Semenyo. Rolls the ball in. And now we get the return pass, and here Croatia come on the counter-attack. That's great footwork. Sucic was asking for the foul. A lot of physical attention. When we've seen this throughout the World Cup, they've allowed the play to go and sort of been limited on the foul calls and just let the players go and play. So oftentimes players going to ground looking for fouls, looking at the referee. And not obliged to call a foul, and they're fully obliged to let the game run as much as they possibly can. That's what has been the big focus in this tournament so far. Solomana. Partey. Still no real intent here from Ghana. A lot of sideways action. Luckerson. Partey. Really happy to keep the ball here. Partey fizzes one into Semenyo. Well, one back though by the Croatians, and that's a foul this time around on Martin Baturina. Jordan Ayew and the Ghanaian press just a little bit overzealous there after Antoine Semenyo's loose touch. Got a couple nibbles at him. Here come Croatia. Down the left-hand side. Ball is whipped in. Sade, though, cut comfortably. Claiming that one. Man, Perez is down the left-hand side alongside Martin Baturina. That's probably going to be their strength in this game here at Croatia. Obviously got Sucic on the right here alongside a defensive Stanisic. So two defensively orientated players in their position. Martin Baturina and Ivan Perisic, more defensively orientated. Obviously, Perisic a winger in his heyday. And Baturina almost a second striker. So he's been forced out wide left. And that there's got to be their strongest attacking region. But Vlasic in the 10 is always got to be a handful for defenders. Little pocket to operate into. A smart, trickier footballer. But Croatia have a lot of that. They have a lot of smart, tricky footballers. They don't have many out-and-out, raw, pacey wingers. Direct, physical players. It's a lot of technical ability in this side. Not a lot of circuit breakers. I'd probably say Martin Baturina is the closest they get to a circuit breaker in this Croatian side. Ivan Perisic is on the far left here. Kovacic. Luka Modric on the ball now. Ball nearly running out of play for a corner kick, but kept in well, and Ghana can come away with it here. Strong run. Pass for Jordan Ayew. Sotolo well in to win the aerial duel. Comes a Croatian press, trying to stop this Ghana counter-attack. Sanaya. Ten minutes in. Still 0-0 in this one. Mensah. So Ghana chopping with Partey in between. So three centre halves. They have the ball, allowing those wing backs to push on, and Antoine Semenyo and Solomana come a little bit more centrally to support Jordan Ayew. And then when they're without the ball, it looks like they revert back to that full-back, and Partey becomes another shielder for the back line. Mensah. Trying to dink one through to Jordan Ayew. England still knotted at 0-0 with Panama. It currently stands Ghana in second in this group. They won't want to let that go too easily. Diagonal looking for Antoine Semenyo, just overhit that one there. We had a play for Livakovic, goal kick. It's a very, very sluggish and tactical start to this one here. In comparison to yesterday's first game where we had almost an attack every minute between France and Norway. This is a little bit more pragmatic, especially with Ghana involved. You've seen them all tournament long be one of the sides that are a part of the ball draws or the really cagey affairs. Carlos Queiro's side is quite happy to be not the entertainers, but a side that is most difficult to beat. Sutalo, Kovacic. Ball out of the feet there from Petar Susic, and Vlasic has drifted out onto the right-hand channel. Martin Baturina appears centrally. He kept the ball alive there after a loose first touch. Stanisic. Susic to whip the ball in. Well defended by Ghana, though. No surprises. There's a body in the way, and it's Lucassen. So Stanisic story here on the right-hand side. Croatia trying to make some yards further forward. Been an interesting tournament so far for Croatia. Tournament which has felt underwhelming. A lot of, maybe just myself, but a lot of expectations for this Croatian side. No matter what the age of the players they've got or where Modric plays or how much Modric plays. There's still a lot of names that you recognise, a lot of names that are big names in European football. I thought Josko Variol, I thought Vuskovic and Livakovic as that back line would be such a difficult rear guard to crack. The first game versus England didn't go to plan. Didn't look almost ready to go. As Perisic finds Baturina on his left-hand side. Martin Baturina stands it up. Pressing from Kovacic. But Ghana come away with it. Fantastic individual work from Owosu. After a quarter of an hour, we still have 0-0 here. Not an attempt for either side. Both build their way into this one. A game between the thirds we expect here. Flicked header and picked up by Susic, and long ball by Sutalo looking for Ante Budimir. This is probably more of what I think they should do here, Croatia. Hit some long balls to Budimir and work off him. Vlasic, Baturina can all be quite crafty on the second balls. Just feel with against this Ghanaian side, you're not going to crack the cookie because they're very, very compact and centrally orientated side. Stanisic with a crossfield pass. Arnaud kept alive there on the far side by Martin Baturina, not gifted to being as big as some others. Here comes Thomas Partey. You see that Ghana's a lack of intent yet again. Almost this game needs a Croatian goal to open up the pressure and the intensity. Just feels at the moment that, unless there's a mistake, Away comes Budimir with it. Feeds Martin Batarina. Yellow jerseys getting back in numbers. Fed the way of Vlasic. Oh! And it's come off the upright and deflected out of play for a goal kick. A really, really blistering Croatian counter. All coming from a Ghanaian mistake. A short back pass, which Budimir picks up on. Martin Batarina does well to absorb some pressure and lay one back to Vlasic, who's held his run to the edge. And it is a perfectly low-driven shot. That's just inches wide. And in the end comes off the upright and out of play. The first attempt of the game could have ended up in the back of the net. That's Ghana's warning shot. Croatia are here to win. I think Ghana needs a little bit more intent. We've seen this through multiple sides of this tournament. Croatia have had it difficult against sides playing into low block, but sides like Saudi Arabia, Austria have found it difficult against some big sides just to defend for large periods of time. They end up struggling. Owasu keeping the ball in a really tight area there. Thomas Partey. Sure shows that the nature of the game. Our first attempt after 16 minutes. It's going to be that type of affair. England missed some chances, and they weren't given many opportunities on the counter-attack like that one there. This Ghanaian side almost grows in confidence the longer the game goes. Late winner versus Panama. Rode their luck early and looked good later on versus England. Time is their favour almost. It's their strong suit. The longer they go, the stronger they get. The more frustrated the opposition gets. Sulemana. Susic putting a foot in. Wanting a throw, but Ghana wins it in the end. Linesman seen the touch, so it will be overturned. A Croatian throw. So he wants to take this game on here. He wants to try and make something tick for their side. Kovacic across to Sutalo. Now with Stanisic. See the structure here for Croatia. Basically, midfielders and forwards and fullbacks occupying the back line of Ghana. So there's real no midfield here. Kovacic is one out. See Luka Modric just trying to feed himself into a pocket. Owasu, though, keeping a close eye on him. Stanisic. Vlasic. Susic pulled to ground. There by Sibo. So set piece, and these are like gold dust against his Ghanaian side. Strong side from set pieces, but you're playing at such a strong rear guard with pragmatism as the major word. You don't get many opportunities better than whip a ball in. They had a set piece, and like a Luka Modric and Ivan Perisic. In this case, it's Luka Modric and Petar Susic over this one. Luka Modric eyeing one up here. The Croatian fans, the crowd finding their voice here. Good opportunity for their side to go forward. Modric. Dangerous ball in. Header over the crossbar. And it was Pongranic. Just couldn't get over that header. Sends that one out of play. Pongranic into the side today for Vuskovic. Croatia again back on the ball, back trying to make things happen. And again, we see Luka Modric this time drop deep, and Mateo Kovacic joining the masses occupying the Ghanaian backline. Didn't see much of this from England. Nice reflection here from Croatia trying to counter this Ghanaian backdrop. Modric brought to ground. Varsanea. He's pushing his luck there, talking to the great man like that. Don't think he necessarily won the ball in the second attempt, but the referee saw it that way. Stanisic's ball. Looking for Ante Budimir, but Asare come to be claiming that one there. Croatia building into this one. It's been a slow burner so far. Also still 0-0 between Panama and England in that other game. Could see a set of 0-0s today, unfortunately. The way this group has sort of panned out, England showed their lack of creativity against a low block versus Ghana, and Panama will introduce something very similar in this game here. And Ghana have shown all tournament that they don't concede, but they don't necessarily go after games either. And after getting their 4 points and currently holding second, they don't want to let it go. Sibo, Wosu, left it short and gave the ball back to Croatia, and Ante Budimir. Bartolina tried to feed Luka Modric, but just out of reach of the AC Milan man. Semenya had it nicked off him. And so did Sibo. And Bartolina can charge forward. Put one in to Budimir. He's been tackled to ground. Just looking towards the referee, asking for that penalty. Lucasen just getting a little bit tangled up there. Potentially getting away with one for Ghana. And Partey brought to ground. 50-50 calls have often not been decided upon for a penalty here in this tournament. Really is a high bar for what is a penalty. Outside of the odd get the ball, kick the player type decisions, which we've seen in part at times. Then a few overturned for that similar reason. People pressing up the pitch. Honestly, the lack of VAR intervention has been a sight for sore eyes. VAR has done its job, what it's had to do. Check for if corners are corners. Check some offsides. And limit the controversial mistakes. And on that note, we get our quarter-time interval. Croatia, Ghana knotted at 0-0 after 25 minutes. Short break, guys. We'll be back for the second period of the first half very, very soon. Okay then, play back underway here in Croatia. It'll be a Ivan Perisic through on the far side to get us back restarted. Seen a lot better games so far in this tournament. And the only one worse was probably the England-Ghana game. So they don't produce classics, Ghana. Croatia have the onus to go and chase it a little bit. Had I think maybe probably two now of these sort of games where the draw sort of suits both, and with the way results line up, each are happy just to take the draw rather than push for a win. With goal difference no longer being much of a factor, you sort of get this sometimes. Kovacic nicking that ball off Antoine Semenyo. Baturina away from the first challenge. And brought to ground. Ayawasu. A chance here for Martin Baturina to help Croatia get some yards further forward. Another Croatian set piece. 30 odd so yards away from the goal. Showed a lot of his quality in this tournament. Martin Baturina. Another big year coming up for Como, in particular now with Nico Pats. Joining Real Madrid for 10 million euros. What a great clause that is on his contract. That Real Madrid can get him back for that. Ball in, headed. Effort flicked on by Ivan Perisic, but Asade read it well. Long way out, that header, so never was troubling Ghana's number one. Ghana come back the other way after a solid sort of 5 to 10 minutes here of Croatian pressure. The intent is there. The quality is there from Croatia, and Ghana have repelled it so far. Here comes the Croatian press. Just forcing Ghana sideways for the moment. There's a loose pass to Thomas Partey. It's been given away there. Perisic, batting on the left-hand side. Got two yellow jerseys for company there. Mateo Kovacic to his central midfield partner of Luka Modric. I look to try and break apart this back line. It is a Susic long-range effort. Susic! Wow! Pick that one out. A Susic rocket from outside the box. And it's absolutely rocketed into that bottom right-hand corner. Sarri had no chance. And from long range, that's the way you break down a low block. Ghana's rear guard at last broken apart. And it comes through a Susic long-range rocket. Superb Susic. And that's what it's going to have to take to break down Ghana. Look at him, gets out of his feet. Just shy, probably 20 yards out. And low drilled shot just fires its way into the bottom right-hand corner. Through legs. And a pass to Sarri. And that's what Croatia deserve. They've took the game on. They've had the onus to attack. And they found their way through the Inter Milan man. What a way to restart after the drinks break. Petar Susic gets his goal, and Croatia are up into the top two. And not only in the top two, they are top because England are still knotted with Panama. So now we have a situation where if results go Croatia's way, we could be looking at a Croatia topping of the group. Just goes to show that the jeopardy of the final day is there. And there's a goal that the whole group needed, it feels like. Now Ghana have to play. They've never been in this position so far in this group, having to chase a game. And now Croatia top with 6 points, England with 5, and Ghana with 4. These Croatian fans getting to see their side play some solid football. Here's a goal scorer, Susic. Back to Ivan Perisic, who launches that ball high and further forward. Mensah to take it under control, but he's got space to do so. Croatia done very well so far to keep this Ghanaian side at bay. A combination of a press and a low block. But more importantly, that's a situation that they've won those 50-50 duels. So they've done better than England. Batarina have to chase that one in. Ends up keeping it and won a foul off Sibo for his hard work. Well done to Martin Batarina. And his teammate just said, stay on the ground, mate. To be honest, in the end, it's Batarina actually gets Sibo. We've had the situation where he was running into a crowd of yellow Ghanaian jerseys and thought, chance to get a foul here and escape out of danger. Carlos Queiroz cutting a quite agitated figure. His side now have to go and make something. And second half versus Panama, outside of that, is the only real chance we've seen of them actually try and enforce the issue. Let them try and do that here versus Croatia. A bit more space between the front line and the defensive line, and that's what is going to be available now that they have conceded. They'll try and put some wingers and attackers a little bit further up the pitch, and spaces will open up. Vlasic fighting away down there against Mensah. It'll be a Croatian throw. Referee not falling for that. Dive for Mensah. Been refereed very, very well this tournament. They have not allowed the South American and African sides to drop to ground and play the referee. Sanchez's throw to our goal scorer Susic, and then well met there on that far side. So can Croatia double their lead before half-time? It's now in Ghana to go and make something of this game. Might open up some corridors and passages for this Croatian side to get in behind. Here is Petar Susic. Mateo Kovacic. Modric in there as well. A lot of players who have appeared in Serie A in this Croatian side. Ivan Perisic, Susic, Modric, Batarina, and Vlasic all play or have played at some point in the Serie A. Sibo's unable to get rid of that there. Falls away of Modric, Batarina, Kovacic. Croatia just on the purr here. Perisic just trying to work a space for the cross. Kovacic now with Modric. Just left it ahead of Susic, but Susic won the ball back, and Kovacic line one up from long range. Oh, blocked away. That's what they did so well versus England, Ghana. They got bodies in the way. But they've been challenged here more by the Croatian side, who have taken on that long-range effort. They've scored the long-range effort. And what they've done also is send more numbers forward and occupy the back five. They've sent 5 forward. Wingers joined by full-backs. Centre forward and central midfielders have gone forward, and it's basically become a man-to-man type movement. Croatia believe, and they have done already, showing they can win those 1v1 battles. Mateo Kovacic. This is going absolutely as planned for Croatia. Got a lead in the first half. Something to defend or Something to add towards. And England are not doing their job versus Panama yet. Batonina. Great footwork to get away from the challenge. And set the ball back to Ivan Pedicic, who whips the ball in. It's just overhit. Ante Budimir is a big target in there. Disappointing effort from the PSV Eindhoven man. Here's Thomas Partey. Kind of really have nothing to lose here. They're going to finish third if they lose, and we'll get through to the next round with one of those best third place qualifiers. If they draw, they go up in a second, they win, they go up, potentially in the top spot. So they should chase this game here. They would want that weaker draw in the round of 32. Meant to give them the count there. We're back with Lucassen of Paphos. European football fans would have recognised that name there. That's a shot for Temenyo across the face of goal. Quick turn of pace from Antoine Semenyo. And the City man almost finding the equaliser. Centimetres, inches. That's what Semenyo, that is his talent, the ability to receive the ball dead. Go from 0 to 100 real quick. Just put his effort wide. Ghana with a rare attempt on goal there. Almost finding the equaliser. Sutalo of Ajax. Luka Modric now, diagonal ball. Find Ivan Pedicic. There's the match stats, 5 attempts to 1. 2 on target though for Croatia, including that goal for Petar Susic. A long range, low driven ball into the bottom left corner. Switch back to Livakovic. Croatia just happy to possess the ball here out to half time. They've got what they came for, and they're getting what they wanted from Panama. 0-0 between them and England still. England still failing to break down these low blocks. It could be the most ideal situation for Croatia today, the way that results are panning out. Here's Lucassen. Into Mensah. Back to Lucassen. He looks to play that long diagonal. Antoine Semenyo up for it. The flicked on ball. And a nice ball. Didn't quite make it through, and a really poor attempt at first touch there by Ajeti. Could have ended in chaos. But there's Budimir up the pitch. He is the out ball. Oh, really well done there by Sulemana. And then the cross is well overhit. Sanaya keeps it in play, but also puts it behind for a goal kick. So bright couple of moments here for Ghana. Utilising the flank, Sulemana, Semenyo. I didn't see much of them in this Ghanaian side because of the way they play their football. Here's a Susic effort. There is that. So he's got a really well taken finish from the Inter Milan central midfield player. He's looked really good for them in this tournament so far. Vlasic fouling Mensah there. talking about Suleimana and Semenyo, like they are a massive threat. Such a dangerous combination. You see Suleimana's caused some problems on the Champions League stage as well for Atalanta. So very dangerous. You can see enough of them here in this tournament, though. And it's a good ball from Susic to find Budimir. Susic continuing his run into the box. Great hold-up play for the Osasuna man. Vlasic looking for the crossfield ball to Baturina. Doesn't reach him. Perisic, Kovacic now. An important period here for Ghana just to hold on. Perisic continues his run. Ball in. Budimir there. Tajate, though, gets it away. Party chance to turn. Sibo. Now, Sanaya. Great call from the referee. Tells Suleimana to get to his feet. Susic. Now Mateo Kovacic. A lot of space to operate into here. Kind of potentially caught out by that change in possession, but now they're back with all 11 behind the ball. Modric. Perisic. Sutalo. Shove in the back there that Vlasic was not very happy with. Here is Sutalo of Ajax. Pulled to the feet, Martin Baturina away from the first challenge. Couldn't escape the second though. Anton Semenyo in transition. This is dangerous. But him and Jordan Ayew weren't on the same page. We've got 3 minutes for the drinks break in terms of stoppage time here. Really has been nothing else that's stopped this game flowing. It's been a real well-refereed match. Two sides that have really not overly attacked too often and had repeated corners or set pieces, so makes sense. You've only got the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Susic in a really dangerous channel here. And a push in the back for Thomas Partey. Just got the wrong side of Petar Susic, who showed himself very well there in between the midfield and defensive lines and picked up a very, very handy position. And Thomas Partey just had to bring him to ground, sorry. The Villarreal man. And Luka Modric will fancy this sort of position to smartly work a set play. It will likely be the final action of the first half. Modric towards the back post where Sutalo and Perisic was. Had a play though by Ghana. A Croatian throw on the far left-hand side. Through finds the safe feet of Luka Modric. Sutalo does well there to fake out Antoine Semenyo and get the ball driving forward here. Martin Baturina stands one up. That's a dangerous ball. And Susic was in there and couldn't get the touch on it. Baturina, early cross in the box. That's dangerous. Not many seem to play the early cross. There's obviously a lot of jeopardy with it. Can often go wrong, but that is such a threat for backlines. You're unable to set up and are in motion, actively trying to get in position to put a ball in there and hope one of your men can get in the end of it. That's the dangerous ball to play. Flicked header on. Baturina fighting. Kovacic comes away with it here. No foul. And that takes us into half-time. So Susic's long-range ball has proved the difference in his two sides so far. Ghana have come to defend, and they've done that resolutely so far in this tournament, but not to the same effect in this game. The first time they try out the World Cup will be to Croatia into half-time. And thanks to Panama holding England to a 0-0 result, right now as it currently stands, Croatia are top of the group. Croatia won due to Petar Sucic in that 31st minute, and Ghana 0. We'll go to a short break for half-time and be back for the second half period very, very soon. It stays Croatia 1, Ghana 0. Righty guys, second half action, not too far away. Welcome back. This one, Ghana and Croatia, separated by that Petar Susic goal. Ghana making a triple change, it looks like. Start the second half off. They've had to change their philosophy and mindset, though, after conceding that goal. No longer can they just defend and hold a 0-0 position. So Jeti and Owusu coming off. Fatawu and Apong on. So a central midfielder off and an attacking wide man on. So Ghana going to try and get at Croatia here. Try and use some of that attacking flair they've got. So here we go. Underway here for second half action. Ghana kicking from left to right. Croatia from right to left. Croatia currently, as things stand, lead this group. 0-0 over there between England and Panama. And the 1-0 lead here for Croatia over Ghana. Ghana made some attacking substitutions here at half-time in this search to try and win this game or potentially equalise and jump back up into second spot. The first time Ghana has actually trailed in this tournament so far. They've never won when trailing or conceding the first goal at a FIFA World Cup finals. Have to try and change history here if they want to get all 3 points. Here is Thomas Partey. Already getting further numbers forward here. Substitute Fatawu. Perisic backpedaling. Partey tries to get the foot in. Fatawu. That's not bad. Straight away, shopping inside and whipping that shot towards the far corner. It's a little bit too much on that, and it just went over the crossbar. And that is a bright start for Ghana. And that man on screen. That's what they'll want here in this second half. A little bit more direct. So they go from the back here. Apong replacing Ajete at the back. Looks like Antoine Semenyo is going to play centre forward here to allow Fatawu his own side there on the right-hand channel. You going to ground, but well covered off there by Potten Granic of Fiorentina. One of the many Serie A talents from this Croatian side. Ball looking for Batarina. Couldn't get the flick on. Great hold-up play there by Hanse Budimir, but the third touch he took just got away from him. Apong. Here is Lackerson. I think big moment here for Ghana. Can they show us that they can create? Can they overload some pressure? So it was just the sheer amount of attacking avalanche they had versus Panama that eventually got them that goal. But didn't show any signs against England. I think they even got a shot on target in the second half versus England. It was that sort of game for them. Real lack of intent shown there. But they got the point they needed. Now against Croatia, now that they're trailing, they need to show that they can have multiple avenues to their game. They can win in different styles. They can get points in different ways. Because going into the knockouts coming up now, you can't just rely on holding on and taking games long because teams have talent. And you're going to have to find a way through at some point. Martina went to ground too easily. The referee waved that one away. So Ghana back with it. So Sulemana and Fatawu up wide. It's Ayew and Antoine Semenyo down the middle. Apong, Fatawu. Dangerous chance here for Ghana. Fatawu towards the touchline. Stands one up. That's a chance. Oh. Semenyo just missed it with his head up. Bright start here from Ghana though. They've got Croatia on the back foot. kind of made things stick here with the substitution of Fatu. Early shot, just go over the crossbar, cross just missing the head of Antoine Semenyo. They have made the bright of the two starts. Semenyo, the layoff. Sulemana just lost his footing at a very important time. Luka Modric is under pressure here. Yeah, ball to Bartolina. In the end, it was Sanaya put the ball out of play. He's a whipped effort across the box from Fatu, and Semenyo couldn't get the outstretched left leg to it, nor his head. That is a much brighter start, and Antoine Semenyo will be fancying himself here. Perisic a long throw, looking for Ante Budimir. It's a stray arm for Budimir. And Sanaya coming the brunt of that one there. It's an IU of the set piece. Lost one towards the back post. A Pong there. And well shielded and guarded behind by the right back Stanisic. So looking for this Croatian response now. It's a good position for they're in currently right now, but that could change very, very quickly if they're not careful. Very important they stay solid and strong here. And withstand some of this early pressure that Ghana's providing. They've got pace and power now up top with Antoine Semenyo, and Fatu is bright in the right-hand channel since coming on. Ghana have looked inspired early on here in the second half. Bartolina turning from Sanaya. Seems to have the beating of his man all day long today. Fatu does well in the side of Kovacic. That's the ball through to Semenyo. Flag is up in the end, though. And the awkward moment has been avoided there for Croatia. Gee, that's a very line ball call. Novakovic should have wandered out, but never quite came for that. Patina getting the foul. So now 3 moments that Ghana have had inside of 7 minutes in the second half. It's got to be a worry for Zlatko Dalic's side. I want to be more solid than that. Luka Modric. Receives it again. A lot of space to turn into. There is going to be pockets now for Croatia. They're going to have to try and play out of this initial press that Ghana have got, and they've done it very, very well. Big ball around the corner. Well kept in play. Sulemana. Back post where Fatu is. Oh, an important tackle from Perisic. Oh, gee. On a knife edge there. If he misses that ball, that is a Stonewall penalty. Kovacic the other way. Looking for Ante Budimir. Too much put on that, and Asare can come and claim. They're going to get a very open game here, it feels like. Ghana have come out of their shell and are ready to play here. It's almost handy that Ghana didn't concede a second in the first half, because now they believe they can go and chase and wing this. They are showing it. They're playing with level of intensity and intent, which we have not seen so far in this tournament. Are you going to ground? I thought that actually was a foul that time around. Bartolina setting the task of Ante Budimir. It's a push. And Lacazette went to ground. Lazy chance for Ante Budimir. He's not had much to flourish and work for. There's like a Dalic's side. Going to have to play a bit more solid of a rear guard and try and counter-attack this Ghanaian outfit. Two there from Vlasic to just halt the initial movement there forward by Mensah. Sibo. Now with the creative Fatawu. Thomas Partey, the skipper of Ghana. Luckerson, very exciting crossfield pass there. That's a very good first touch. Ayu's there. Vital interception. It's Luka Modric of all players back there to make the challenge. And at 40 years of age, he's still getting back and making the important interventions. Sulemana got in and got past Stanisic with ease. This touch here, just to nick it around him and to whip a ball in, and Ayu was waiting. But Luka Modric in the way. The Ghanaian fans behind this goal finding their voice. Near post whip. Levakovic punches in the air. Second ball to be won. Modric with a block. He goes flying in for the challenge. Luka Modric leading the charge here. And the response by the Croatian skipper. As his team start to lose a stranglehold of this one, and Ghana start to dictate the game. It's gone out wide left here. Sulemana again. Does think he has the beating here of Stanisic. That could be an avenue for them. So then, can Ghana put this pressure to good use? Can they find an answer here? Possession swung the way now of Ghana. Excuse me. One thing of Jordan Ayew, just on his footing at an important time there. Partey to win to throw on this near side for Croatia. Latko Dalic continues to bark orders. Great take from Martin Bartolina. Couldn't keep it in play though. Just think that Ghana are first, these second balls. They're pressing high up the pitch. They're winning those 1v1 battles right now. Making things very, very uncomfortable for this Croatian side. Sibo almost showed too much there to Petar Susic. They continue to play though. Pong. It's Fatu on the right-hand side. He's got the pace to beat Perisic. So he can get in down that right-hand side. Clearance. Partially blocked away. Levakovic smartly off his line to claim that one. Another dangerous ball in by Fatu. And in Pongranic's clearance is blocked by his own player, Luka Modric. Levakovic and Jordan Ayew just tangling. Here's Vlasic. He's Got close attention there. But the referee lets it play. It's a great ball from Modric to find Kovacic. And Baturina has a bit of space on the left-hand side. Martin Baturina returns the ball to Kovacic inside the box now. Perisic on the edge of the area. Sets it across to Stanisic, who stands one up. It's just overhit. Unable to find Budimir or Perisic in the box. Kovacic gets there ahead of Jordan Ayew. Well done from the Manchester City man. The news of the goal there. I heard that goal sound at the stadium. England are leading 1-0. So they'll jump back top of the group. To the discontent of these Croatian fans in the crowd. Jude Bellingham has scored that one for England. Set up by Bukayo Saka. Gee, different lineup there. Yarrow Kwanzaa at right back. Esri Konza, Mark Gay, Nico O'Reilly, Elliot Anderson, Rogers, Bellingham, Rashford, Saka, and Kane in that one too. More attacking lineup for England in that game there. Finally broken through just after the hour mark there. Ball whipped in, looking for Ante Budimir. Just ahead of him, and Asare comes and collects and then sets the task for Fatawu. Task that he could not follow in. So that's the updated group standings. England with the 3 points now after taking the lead versus Panama. They're on 7. Croatia second on 6 points, and Ghana dropped now down to 3rd. That's how Kovacic now. To the right-hand side now where Stanisic is. Croatia trying to just fire a shot back here at this Ghanaian side after Ghana made the brightest start into the second period. Perisic does feel like the slow play now is preferred by this Croatian side and benefits them a little bit more. Forces Ghana to press and try and put them under pressure. Susic back to Pongranic. Kovacic, Luka Modric. That's a loose touch from Petar Susic. And a chance here for a 3-on-3 power play. And Sulemana picked the wrong option. Jordan Ayew had a paddock ahead of him. Went to Antoine Semenyo and gave the ball away. The Atalanta man, careless in possession. That is what Ghana want. Transitional play when they can use their speed and athleticism to get at this Croatian backline. They aren't rapid. They're not the younger centre-backs either of this Croatian outfit. That is a massive chance missed by Sulemana and Ghana. They've absolutely responded in the right way here in this second half. Much more aggressive in their press. More direct in the actions. Look at the as it stands, top knockout stages. As it currently stands, looking at Croatia, Portugal. So the two second place teams, unless Portugal beat Colombia, then it'll be Colombia, Croatia. But it's going to be tight, that one to call. And Ghana right now could be playing Colombia, the top of that group we're going to see later on. So these two teams will end up playing a combination of Portugal or Colombia, no matter how, depending on how that group ends up. Because these two now are battling for second spot. England will surely secure a top spot once they've now taken the lead versus Panama. So these teams will have to wait to see what order Colombia and Portugal end up in. That's coming up in an hour's time. Semenyo trying to get at Stanisic. Stanisic with him every step of the way and wins a corner kick though, Antoine Semenyo. 25 minutes to go here in this one. We've played 20 in the second half. Really has been one-way traffic, led by Fatou, who's come off the bench, and the threat of Antoine Semenyo up top as well. The attacking changes by Ghana have worked. They chase that top 2 spot. He's ball in. Levaca got a tiny touch on it. Not enough, but the second ball, that'll be cleared away. And Croatia can get out. I'm assuming by the sound, yep, England have scored again. So one brings many for them. Harry Kane now for England. Another assist, this time to Jude Bellingham. So Bellingham's tournament continues to improve. Budimirov and Matanovic comes on. Big centre forward on. Try and add a bit more of a target man type aspect to this Croatian side. That instantly is where they go here. To Matanovic. Flicked header on. Really well controlled there by Mensah. Back to his goalkeeper. So they are up 2-0 England and New York. Fizz into Semenyo. We'll batter it away though by Pongranic. Oh gee, apparently a Sebo clean challenge there on Kovacic. I didn't see it that way. And that's called a foul against Ivan Pedicic on Fatou. So the calls are going both ways for Croatia. They're not happy with that. Let's have a look here. That looks like a foul to me. Look, this one is a foul. Both are fouls, I think. But the referee's happy with his call there. That then brings us to the 3/4 time interval. So that's Susic's first half effort, still the difference, despite Ghana pushing here in the early moments of this second period. So we'll go for a short 2-minute break and we'll be back for the final moments here of this one. Ghana pushing, Croatia holding on. It's still 1-0 in favour of Croatia. All righty, the final few moments here from Philadelphia. 20 minutes to go. Asante comes on. And more attacking changes. Ayu and Suleiman are off. And Nuama and Thomas Asante comes on. Can Ghana break down this Croatian side? Can they get that goal on the point that will do them many a favour in terms of their chances in the next stage? They came to this game leading Croatia in the group. They don't want to leave trailing them. Kaskeros' side have shown a different side of their game here in the second half. More attacking threat. That's not great from Pongranic. He's overstepped there and fouled on Thomas Partey. Because of a free kick in a dangerous area here for Ghana. Just too loose from him. A chance here for Ghana. Numa. That's a chance! And it's here for Ghana! The equaliser. At last. And it's Luckerson. And his first debut for the Ghanaian side here. And what a goal and what a moment to score it at the World Cup. He's stormed in the back stick, but there... No. What's happened here? Ooh, offside here. I don't think he's well on. We're going to have to get the lines drawn here because he looks on. He looks fine. He's about 2 players deep. Luckerson. I thought Luckerson was well on. He looked well on. A lot of the front line player, the front of that initial line for Croatia went very early. Waiting for confirmation here. Both squads surrounding the referee now. Waiting for feedback. He looked well on to me. Yeah, mentioning a foul block. Maybe that's what's going on here. So waiting for the line to be drawn here. So Luckerson is on. We know that. So it must be got the block here. Is that there? Sibo. He's got a grip there of somebody. See the referee go, poor. the block there from Sibo. Has no eyes for the ball, that's the thing, but he has no impact on where the ball ends up going. I'm giving this a goal, to be fair. Look, Sibo got no eyes for the ball, that is true, but it's gone nowhere near the actual action. What's going to be the outcome here from VAR? It is a goal. So Sibo was offside, but did not impact the goal. And Ghana are level. And at last, Luckerson can celebrate his first international goal on his debut appearance here for Ghana. And through persistent pressure in the second half, Luckerson finds the equaliser. And Nuama, a real splendid delivery in there. And there is Luckerson getting it at the back stick and tapping home. Really well taken goal. Great delivered ball in. And a stunning finish from Luckerson. Look at me, those Ghanaian fans. And they have their goal. And they are back in this one. And back ahead of Croatia in this Group L. Che, don't say you're not entertained. They've come to play here the second half, Ghana. And Croatia looked to respond instantly. Martarina had it taken off him by Pasalic, who's come on. Semenyo went down. No foul seen there by the referee. That is what Ghana have deserved, I think, the second half. They've been the far better side. They've looked to make things happen. And in comparison and mirroring the first half, where Ghana didn't look to create too much, Croatia deserved the goal. So it's been a tale of two halves. Always is the danger of going too defensive or too pragmatic. If you take your foot off the gas, you can be caught out. And that's what's happened here in Philadelphia. Here is Prongranic. So Ghana now back in a second. And England has remained top as they're 2-0 up there in their game versus Panama. And now Croatia, if they finish where they sit now, will be facing team top of Portugal and Colombia. There's a lazy challenge there from Vlasic. He's not quite had the best game today. 10 minutes to go here. We've got 10 minutes to see who wants to try and find a winner. Croatia need it. Ghana wouldn't mind it. So there's a look at this offside call. Yeah, well on from Luckerson. But it's the issue with Sibo with making the block there on Ivan Pedicic, but has no impact on the goal at all. So the right call was made in the end. Took them some time to do it, but they did find the back of the net. And it was confirmed after probably a 4 or 5 minute delay there. just sitting on the football here. He's not showing the desperation or urge I'd expect for this Croatian side, who may be just tiring here late on. Matanovic. Loose touch from the midfielder. Pasalic! Oh, what a save. Asale flying across to his left-hand side to make that important save. It was Seaboy just taking too long on it. Pasalic, what a strike. Had venom behind it. An important tip over by Asare. Croatia's first attempt on goal in the second half almost produced them the difference-making goal. Here's the Croatian corner. Modric is out swinger. There's the header, and it's in! Croatia respond! And Vlasic, he's the man! A beautiful header from a corner kick. And it's gone in off the upright. And Croatia, after just conceding, the ultimate response from their attacker, Nikola Vlasic. And the outpouring of emotion from Lukasen and the Ghanaian side is upended by Nikola Vlasic, who's short in stature, but rose the highest there to head home. A perfect delivery from Luka Modric. And after it hit the upright and went wide in the first half, Nikola Vlasic got the ball off the upright and in the back of the net this time around. And game is on here. Croatia's second attempt on goal in the second half has found the back of the net. Look at the excitement from Nikola Vlasic, who runs over to the bench to celebrate. Croatia now back in front and back in the top two. So a great response from Croatia, who now have destiny in their own hands once again. They're in the winning position. They need to hold on to it now. Seaboy with a shove there and Matanovic. A foul for Croatia. All of a sudden, this game has come alive. It's been, outside of the moments of the goals, really, really a tough watch. Yerenki, the hero for match day one, is going to come on here. It remains 2-0 between England and Panama. Jude Bellingham, the hero. The goal and the assist, Harry Kane with a goal as well. He's been substituted alongside Bellingham, Anderson, Saka and Kwanzaa over there. Jed Spence, Noni Madueke, Eberechi, Eza, Henderson and Ollie Watkins coming on in that game. But more importantly here, Ghana trail. Back down to third spot after Nikola Vlasic's header. It's a great run there. Ball won though by Ivan Pedesic. And Croatia come the other way. The counter-attack led by Luka Modric. Feeds it wide left to Martin Baturina. Can Croatia put this game to bed? Matanovic was the target of the cross. Opong in the way. Really well cushioned header by a stooping Ivan Pedesic. Pasalic. Luka Modric going to play up the 90 here. That shows the desperation he has for his nation and the importance of this game here. Modric back to Pongracic. He's at the table. 7 points for England, 6 for Croatia, 4 for Ghana. We have Pongracic and Semenyo down. Semenyo is struggling here. He's going to need medical attention, looks like. Things might go bad to worse here for Ghana. And their superstar is down. Let's have a look at this goal here from Nikola Vlasic. A perfectly placed header right off the upright and into the back of the net. And the wizard, Luka Modric, absolutely pumped with that. So is Laku Dalic. Patrinam Pongracic comes off. Josko Gvardiol and Marco Pasalic is on. So Mario and Marco both on here. And Josko Gvardiol coming on for the defensive security in the last few moments. We're going to have at least 8 minutes of stoppage time, you'd think. With the VAR check, these stoppages for substitutions and injuries and the like. So here come Croatia forward. Petar Susic ball. Matanovic. Good first touch, but just got away from him, and Asada able to make the save. So Ghana made all the changes. So Semenyo's going to have to come back on here. Similar to what we saw yesterday with the Spaniard side, who committed all their substitutions, and then a collarbone injury to Yeremy Pino. It's Luka Modric on the edge here. It didn't tee up the shot. Marco Pasalic. Offside flag is up against Matanovic, I think, in the build-up. But you saw it yesterday with Yeremy Pino. He's actually fractured his collarbone after that awful challenge from Bentancur. But he had to stay on because they all made their 5 changes, Spain. So it might be the same thing here with Antoine Semenyo. He rolled his ankle pretty bad, it looked like. But he's staying on. And he's a target, this long ball. And he takes it down beautifully. But his city teammate, Josko Gvardiol, is there. And also the flag is up as well. Fans can't bear to watch. Nerve-wracking last few moments. It's all calm now in England and Panama. They've done their job, England. Long ball. Matanovic, obviously the target. 6'6" of him. A bonk forward. Players going to ground there. It's all just starting to kick off a little bit out there. Some frustration. Yarenchi fouling. 7 minutes only added on. I thought you'd be looking at 8 or 9, but 7 to be added on. So 4 on top of the 3 for the hydration break. Let's go Gvardiol. Trying to skip past his defender. No foul there. And then that's a foul. Vaisanaya, silly, silly foul from him. And Josko Gvardiol on the edge of the area. No need to do that. He lost that initially. And then took his frustration out on Josko Gvardiol. Now Croatia have a set piece in a dangerous area. And more time off the clock. So Luka Modric, Ivan Perisic over this one. He walks away. Of course, it's the legend that is Luka Modric. Ball low driven. Well dealt with there by Opong. Away come Ghana. It's a foul. Just overzealous there by the defender, Pongracic. I thought came off. Croatia coming all the way here with Mario Pasalic to Marko Pasalic. Oh, space here. Pasalic. Shot blocked. Scovadio returns that ball down there. Going to be a corner kick there. Won by Marko Pasalic. 2 minutes into the 7 played. It's on the right end for Croatia here. Who are looking to secure that top 2 spot and to play the second team of the 2 coming up later today in literally half an hour's time. We're going to watch Colombia and Portugal. Colombia just need a point. Portugal need a victory to finish top of that group. And we'll find out who then faces off against whoever is able to get the better of this game here. Short work corner. That's well over hit in the end. Ball, Pongracic in the way. Headed away as far as Yerenci. Tanaya goes back to Lukaseni, who scored that goal to pull Ghana level before Vlacic's head up. Returning Croatia in the lead. Great disguised ball there. But again, Luka Modric first to the 50-50 ball. Ghana well intercepted there by Thomas Partey. So Ghana needed to just find that little bit of polish here in this final third, in the final moments. Modric and Pongracic in the way once again, and he sends it long, a Pong header. Yerenski. 50-50 ball now won, and a chance here. Oh, Luka Modric with an important touch and a block as well. Luka Modric at age 40 making the difference. Matonovic fouled by Opong. Yellow card for him. And Luka Modric doing so well to deny Nuama. First that challenge from Luka Modric. Then he gets a toe in a Nuama. And then makes the block on the follow-up. That is Luka Modric to a T. The veteran leader standing up yet again. Here is Ivan Perisic looking for the bar line. And that cross taking a nick. That'll be a corner kick for Croatia. In front of those adoring Croatian fans, it'll be the legend, the leader, the icon, Luka Modric over this corner kick. Only got a couple of minutes until they can say they are through in the top 2 positions. Marko Pasalic, the return ball for Luka Modric. The bounce rolled his way and fed in Pasalic, who can stand one up to the back post where Perisic was steaming in. Yankee can get Ghana away here. They set the long ball, task of Antoine Semenyo. Second ball is available. Yarenchi wins it. Can Ghana find this late equaliser to secure a top 2 spot? Another great challenge again by Luka Modric. It just seems to be everywhere right now. Onto a dangerous area, well cleared away. Here is Marko Pasalic, Luka Modric. Let's go, Gavardio. Croatia need to keep ball here. If they keep ball, they can see themselves through to the next round in the top 2 positions. If they draw, they'll be third, and they'll be part of the third place finishers. So late chances here for Ghana. Nuama. They'll head it away. Croatia keeping Ghana at bay. Final few moments here. Just a chance, no. Wasted opportunity. And is that Ghana's race run? The fans not a fan of it at all. Fatawu wasting it. Just blasting over. For all their fight and all their pushing in the second half here, Ghana are going to fall short. And that is it. Full time. A massive victory in the final match by Luka Modric and his Croatian side. Secure them a top 2 spot. As it currently stands, looking to face Portugal in the round of 32. But what a finish this one. Much improved Ghanaian performance in the second half. A response, though, by Croatia. And in the end, they get the victory 2-1. Thanks for joining me, guys. We'll be live again in literally half an hour's time because we've got the Portugal-Colombia game kicking off in 30 minutes. So stay tuned here for that one. Thanks for joining me here. It ends Croatia 2, Ghana 1.